What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this damn episode. First of all, I just want to know. So, Sam has a parole hearing or a hearing coming up. How she got a hearing coming up so fast? She was just sentenced, I guess. But she got a hearing coming up. I'm like, what is the point of Jason being a mobster, Sonny being one of the biggest mob bosses, and you're a quartermain? So you have all those things working in your favor, yet you can't pull no strings to get Sam up out of there at all. You can't bribe somebody. You can't blackmail somebody. You can't threaten somebody. Nothing. All that power. But when you need it the most, it's useless. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Ultimate power between being a mobster and being a quartermain. And it still gets you absolutely nowhere with the justice system? That don't make sense. You mean to tell me the quartermains and them don't know not one judge that's on the tape? Not a one? What about that Judge Walters that Monica was screwing around with? Damn, you can't get him? Damn, offer him a few grand or something. Do something. So anyway, I did, Jason did go to Ned or whatever, showed him a list. He had like 3 names up there. I'm guessing the people that's on a part of the parole board. And Ned knew who they were. And he was like, they're good people. They're fair. As long as Sam is fair with them, they'll be fair with her. But there's no guarantees on that. So Jason is between a rock and a hard place right now. He's trying hard to get them out. To get Sam out of this mess. But I don't know how he's going to do it. But he better do something quick. She's bunking with Nell, so that's not a good thing. So anyway, I did like the scenes with him and Franco, whatever you want to call him, Flash Drive, Drew, whatever. I liked the scenes with him. It was nice of Franco to, finish up the tree house and stuff like that. That was pretty dope. I like that scene. He's getting ready for his surgery and stuff. He's getting ready for the surgery that he got to do to try to go back to being Franco. Because, of course, Liz is excited about that. Bitch ass Peter is at it again. He's doing whatever he can to shut this procedure down. Calling in whoever, trying to tell them, what needs to be done. Make sure that procedure don't happen. Make sure it's stopped. Peter, why don't you go somewhere and go do something? Go mess with your little toupee. Go do what you got to do. You're getting on my nerves now. Don't nobody care about your little secrets. Seriously. Maxie needs to pay more attention to her man. And Anna needs to pay more attention to her fake son. I still don't believe that's her son. I don't. God wouldn't be so cruel to mess up with all these years of history to make Faison spawn Anna's son too? No. Nope. They need to correct that, and they need to correct it ASAP. He just refuses to just stay the hell out of this mess. You just the more you try to clean it up, the worse it's going to be for you. Stay the hell out of it. Mind your business. Okay? So anyway, moving on from that. Lulu, she stopped by to give Maxie some little housewarming gift or whatever. And to inform her that Brooklyn was back in town or whatever. Maxie basically told Lulu, ignore the bitch, brush her off, try to find out what she up to, and get leverage on her. It's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Everybody in that town know Brooklyn ass is up to something. Literally everybody. Her own family, Lulu, Maxie, and Maxie just now seeing the heifer at the hospital. And even prior to her seeing her, as soon as she heard she was back in town, they just knew she was up to something. They knew it. Because you got to think, though, when she came to town before, she came with an agenda. Because Carly hired her. You know what I'm saying? To seduce Dante and get him away from Lulu. So they know she's coming back for some odd ass reason. She has an agenda. And Maxie basically told Lulu, find out what the agenda is so you can have leverage on the witch. And when they went to the hospital because she got called about Lucas or whatever, here go Brooklyn. Here she go again. Snarking at Lulu and stuff. I'm like, why don't you go sit your ass down somewhere? Like, why are you snarking at her so much? Like, are you jealous, insecure? Like, what is your problem? Like, you just go out of your way to be the mean girl and be rude to somebody who's not thinking about you, who hasn't done anything to you. You came to town trying to mess with her relationship. She didn't do shit to you. Like, what is your problem? Like, you need an attitude adjustment, clearly. And a good ass whooping would do that to you. And I think that's what Lulu needs to do to her. Just snatch that weave out of her head and whoop that ass. Like, a good ass whooping will set anybody straight. I'm just saying. It'll teach them. Sometimes you got to smack the taste out of somebody's mouth so they know where the hell you coming from. And I think that's what Lulu need to do. She need to lay hands. You know, you need to put them paws on her. I bet you that attitude will be adjusted after that ass whooping. I bet you it will be. Tear it up one good time. I bet you she'll start saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I bet you. Start asking if you need her to get your dry cleaning. You need some coffee. I bet you that attitude to change real quick. An ass whooping will fix anything. Almost. But it definitely fixes attitudes. So anyway. Yeah, Ned, he knows that his daughter is up to some foul shit. He know it. He know it. That's what I love, though. Ned, I love it. You know, he loves his daughter, but I'm glad that he's not a fool. And he made it clear. He loves his daughter, but he has no illusions on what she's up to or the type of person she is. Like, he knows, like, he sees more and more that she's just like his mother. And that's not a good thing. Like, that's not good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she inherited those Tracy qualities, and that's not good. You know, I'm just glad that he doesn't have rose-colored glasses when it comes to his kid, because some people do. Like, you know, they just are stupid when it comes to their loved ones. Like, they just make excuses for them, come up with a whole bunch of defenses, you know, oh, they just doing this because of... No. Your daughter's up to something, and I'm glad that he sees it. He was even on the phone with Lois, like, trying to figure out what the hell was going on with their daughter, trying to get some type of answer. Because Brooklyn, I guess she's on the phone talking about somebody harassing her, telling the person to stop harassing her. I'm like, who the hell is stalking you? Like, somebody stalking you? Like, what is going on? Like, wouldn't you tell your father what's going on so he could try and help you? Like, what the hell is so bad that you can't tell him? Like, that's what I don't understand. It's just weird. Like, even Monica was like, okay, what are you up to? Like, even Monica know. Olivia know. They all know she's up to no good. They all see it. They're not stupid. They know whenever that witch come in town, she up to something. So anyway. It was good to see Griffin. My boy Griffin was back. Carly called him to check in on Lucas. And she told Sonny, she was like, you know, if she couldn't get a hold of Lucas, she was going to call Patrick Drake and see what he could do. But, you know, Griffin basically said it wasn't a whole lot that he could do, if anything, because they're pretty much at a stage right now where Lucas's condition is very serious and it's at a wait and see at this point. There's nothing Griffin can do in terms of operating at this point. But of course, Sonny wants Griffin to look at his father's lab results or whatever. Sonny is still hoping for a miracle. He's still hoping that somehow Griffin or any other doctor can help his father with this whole dementia, Alzheimer's. You know what I mean? Like, Sonny needs to wake up and smell the Corinthos coffee. Alzheimer's is not something you can cure. If that was the case, a bunch of old people who got memory problems, Alzheimer's, they would have been cured a long time ago. You cannot cure that. I'm pretty sure, you know, they're trying. You know, but it's not going to be a cure that's going to come easily. Maybe one day. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm super happy that Chase and Willow got a chance to have this conversation. I feel like all couples, when you start to get serious in a relationship, I feel like all couples need to have that conversation about kids. You know what I mean? And I'm glad they had that conversation. You know, and they could be on the same page. Like, Chase gave her an honest answer. He was like, you know, about the whole her not being pregnant and the pregnancy test being negative, he was relieved, but he was disappointed at the same time. They're basically at a point where they want kids together, but they're not going to try for it, basically. So it's like, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, you'll worry about that later. But I think they just need to focus on them, Enjoy your time, just the two of you. And, I know some people don't, do it traditionally. Like, when it comes down to getting married first, then having kids. I know a lot of people are having kids first and maybe not getting married or getting married sometime later. You know what I mean? But I think marriage is something they should talk about too, just to see if that's something that they both want. But I'm glad that they're having that conversation. I'm glad that, he's all in when it comes to wanting kids, but they're not, pushing for it. It's just, it's one of them things. If it happens, it happens. It don't. I like it. So anyway, moving on from that. So Robert. Listen, Robert is my dog. We know that. But bruh, I get so annoyed every time he bashes Finn. Like, he acts like Finn is the worst of the worst. Like, bruh, calm down. Like, he's sitting there talking about, he was not sold on Anna and Finn. It don't matter, and I'm glad Anna put him in his place. Like, bruh, her life is not your business. You don't rule her life. You don't run her shit, period. Anna's a grown-ass woman, very grown, and she's your ex-wife. Y'all have been divorced for many years, over 2 decades. Y'all have been divorced, well over 2 decades. She's a grown-ass woman. You don't run her life, and I'm glad she let him know. Like, my business is my business. My life is my life. Like she told him, that she's always going to love Robert. That's the father of her daughter. They're cool. They're friends. But mind your business when it comes down to my personal life. Mind your business. And I agree. Like, shut him down. Just because you're not sold on Finn, that's your problem. It ain't up to you. You don't have to be sold on Finn. You're not the one who has to date him or marry him. So who cares what you're sold on? That's your business. Like, that's your problem. Go see a therapist about that. Finn is not a bad man. Very good guy. He's educated. Great job. He ain't no criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do you want for her? Damn. Should be happy she dating somebody of his caliber. Makes his own money. Real good living. Is he perfect? No. But neither is she. So what? Everybody in this world got flaws. So what? He's still a good guy. Stand-up guy. She couldn't do any... Trust me, she could do worse. And she has done worse than him. David Hayward. I'm just saying. She was married to that nut for a while. So she can do worse. And she has done worse. But she had to step up. Hell, she dated Luke for a little while too. So... Finn is a major step up from her past relationships. I'm just saying. Like, you can't go wrong. But I will say, though, Robert was good with Lil Violet and stuff like that. And it was funny because Anna was like, he is good with kids because he acts like one of the kids. So I say, ain't that the truth? Because God knows Robert do act childish. The Lord knows. So Finn basically trying to run around trying to figure out where the hell Hayden went off to. Because when he saw Liz on the phone, he thought she was talking to Hayden or whatever, but Liz was like, nah. She was like, if she hear from her or talk to her, then she'll definitely let Finn know. I don't blame Finn for trying to find her. They got daughter together and their daughter misses her. So, he's just trying to figure out what the hell is so bad. Like, why she got to keep running. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to him, confide in him, do something. You know what I mean? Instead of keep running. But I do understand where Robert is coming from on the Peter situation. Like, he's still trying to get Anna to open her, her eyes on Peter. But if Anna and Maxie don't want to listen about Peter, they just gonna have to find out the hard way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with his comments about Finn, but I definitely agree with Robert's perspective on Peter. Definitely. Peter is obviously, up to no good. He ain't shit. So I do agree with his, logic on him. But as far as Finn go, he need to cut that out. Like, seriously. Anyway, this was a pretty solid episode today. I liked it. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought, and I will see y'all all later. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Peace.